what's next? Well, I suppose I'll pick that one.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden. I've
yes.
never played this version for the Master System. It's a pretty game.
Yeah. It's hard, especially with a Master System controller. It's a bit touchy sometimes.
We weren't using the Master System controller.
Yeah, that's true, actually, yeah.
we used the Mega Drive controller for a little bit, and then we used the Super Nintendo controller, and the buttons are the wrong way around on the Super Nintendo controller, so we had a bit of fun dying a lot. Yeah. But the graphics are stunning on the game. It plays really, really well. I need to pick it up and give it an actual proper playthrough myself.
It's one of few Master System games that I didn't have back in the day. I played this on emulator first. Well, I heard a lot of really good things about it. So I played it on emulator, really enjoyed it. And I got really jammy with getting that as well, because even when I was collecting, that was like a 30 quid game, and that was really expensive for a Master System game back then.
Yeah, I never see it.
Yeah.
Never see it anywhere.
But it's one of the few games that I've played since my childhood where I've really invested a lot of time in to learn the game, learn the secrets, play it over again, memorise it and beat it. And it felt good to have that kind of game again. So I think it's one of the best made on the system by quite a large margin. So highly recommend that one. Cool. So yeah, this is probably the best made game on the system. It's so fucking good.
I have
incredibly well made. I may have difficulties with it because of how weird the D-pad's been. And this game has a lot of very up and down sensitive commands, so I may randomly fire shurikens off, but whatever, we can get through it.
What goes up, what's coming down?
Oh, what's that friend? Oh, yeah, there's storyline. Like, if you've played the NES Ninja Gaiden, that's really familiar.
He seems to run as fast anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go, I didn't mean to fire that shuriken off. Ah! Get out there. There we go. Oh, fuck him. There we go. But yeah, you can grab onto platforms. You can, like on Jurassic Park, you can do the whole grip, flip up, flip down. You can't shimmy along, but you can wall kick, which is quite cool. God damn it. Yeah, I keep just firing shurikens off, I'm not meaning to.
He might be a ninja, but he's not quite as ninja-ish as Alan Grant.
Yeah, he could be a bit better. Oh no, I didn't want to place that. Also, this is fucking running fast. I can just hear it. I think this is running like NTSC or something.
Well, this will be an NTSC cartridge.
Would it?
Yeah, because it's called Ninja.
That was in the UK, wasn't it?
No, the products with the word Ninja in weren't allowed to be sold in the UK.
Huh!
In the 80s and the early 90s.
No, I didn't know. This actually runs on my Mass System.
No, Mass System is region free.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You can actually 1560 Hz modulate it. So there you go. I nearly died there, but holding the up and grip button. Yeah, you hold up and jump, and you can just grip onto things.
I'm just wondering.
Fucking nice.
Wondering what happened with this game. Was this called something different in our region?
No, it was certainly released as available here. I remember seeing this in the shops.
Because that's why the turtles are the hero turtles.
Ah,
and it's why
I thought that was American. I thought they didn't like the word ninja.
No, it was Europe.
Ah, God, we're a bunch of soft gets, weren't we?
Well, we're about to leave them anyway, so.
Oh, it was a German thing, wasn't it?
It was a German thing.
Oh God, they're terrible.
But that's why Ninja Gaiden on the NES here is called Shadow Warrior.
That's right, yeah.
But over in America, it's Ninja Gaiden.
There we go. First boss down.
Okay, it says, due to the discontinued support of the console in Japan and North America because of its lukewarm sales in both regions when compared to the Nintendo Entertainment System, the game was only released in Europe, Australia and other PAL regions, bearing the Ninja Gaiden label instead of the Shadow Warriors one. That usually was used for the series by the time in PAL regions.
Huh. Do you want to give this a go?
Yeah, we'll definitely give it a go.
This level has significantly less pits of death. Thank God. First level's really hard.
I'm not a big fan of dying.
No. You'll still probably die, but
dying tickles.
Right, those little fucking midgets shoot at you, so you want to be careful of them. But it's 1 to attack, 2 to jump. If you hold up or down and 2, you can climb up and climb down ledges. And if you... How do you wall kick again? I can't remember the exact button combination. I kind of feel it. You'll need to do it at the end of this straight. You'll need to wall kick. But you're under no pressure, so it's okay. Oh, birds are shits in this game.
Oh, that bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of memorisation going on as well. Like, there's no way you'd know that guy's about to fucking cheese it at you until you've played the game and remembered it. There you go. Is it just a case of just...
Which the grabbing the
wall
wall?
kick?
You sort of just press against the wall as you get to it.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if... Yeah, you have to actually press the jump button by the looks of it.
Mm.
Yeah. Press against it and press the jump button.
So that's really good control. That's well made. The timing's though generous on it as well. Fucking Super Metroid could learn a thing or two. I think you need a certain power up to get that one annoyingly. Yeah, you can't get with the ones you got.
Fucking birds.
Birds are a fucking nightmare. That never ends. Like first Ninja Gaiden as well, same problem. But yeah, unlike Cyber Shinobi, this is how a ninja feels like he should play. He's fast, he's quick. Oh, there's ninja bomb thing. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's fast, he's quick, he's dangerous. He can traverse things, actually climb. Cyber Shinobi, just not a ninja feel. Real bad game. Oh yeah, this is a game that I got with my Master System. I got Sonic built in. I got this. It's Asterix. I haven't heard many people say anything bad about this game, but I know there's a lot of bad Asterix games out there. And I also know that these days people probably aren't that familiar with Asterix.
No, it's definitely fell back. There's been nothing of Asterix for years.
No, it's nothing good, certainly, yeah.
At least Tintin had the film.
Yeah. Asterix had one, but it was fucking awful. So.
I didn't even see it. Didn't even know it existed.
I didn't see it. I didn't need to. Well, I'll say I didn't need to. That's a bit whatever. But yeah, bad reviews. No one liked it. It bombed. It disappeared. It's like
was it live action or cartoon?
Live action. Oh, they actually did an animated one, and that's amazing. It's the is it the 7 Tasks of Asterix? 12 Tasks? I can't remember what it's called, but it's amazing. But this game's really good. I think it's probably the best Asterix game that I've played. I think that highly of it.
I'm not going to lie, I don't recall any of the other Asterix games. I don't think
being any good.
No, I don't recall ever playing any of them. I only remember ever playing that one. My brother had it, or at least my brother rented it or something when I was younger, and we played the fuck out of it for a while.
Yeah.
And I did buy that game when I got my Master System.
Yeah.
6-7 years ago, I found it in a bin in a shop for £1. Picked it up. It's a good pound. Good pound.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've never come across anyone who says anything bad about this game. I think it's just a generally good game. But I think it's a game that people very easily overlook. Because I think it's just easy to assume that it's rubbish. But no, generally, one of the better games.
To be fair, my copy of it is fucking clean as hell.
Oh, fair dude. Oh, that is good. Yeah, fair. Oh, you still got the tag as well. Mind you, I went for a weird face of ripping mine off. No, but you can't.
We can't.
Oh, it'll be with the other cards. Man, you've even got a little poster thing in there. I love that thing. That book's in healthy good condition. Yeah, fair dues. Yeah, fair dues. Do you want to put it in there?
No.
Yeah.
It stays over there with the rest of them.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good game. It gets fucking hard, but...
The thingy's on the graphics as well.
That's fine. It's cool to see it looking a bit different, actually. I quite like it.
I don't think it actually ruins the games in any way, but changing the look of them slightly.
No, I don't think so either.
It adds a little bit of roundness.
Yeah. It makes it look kind of cel-shaded, which I quite dig.
What is it with Killer fucking tree stumps in these games?
I don't know. I mean, there's a Roman hiding in it, to be fair. It's probably that bit that's making it killer. Oh no, I want that. I'm going to see if I can get a dogmatic stage.
What do the Romans ever give us?
Good old Python.
It's been a while since I played this game. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And missed it. Secrets galore in this game.
It's the fact you know exactly where.
Yeah.
Which blocks you need to get.
Yeah.
How long ago was it you last played it?
Not that long ago. I beat it last year.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Now and again, I'll play a game that I haven't played for so many bloody years.
Yeah.
And you remember where everything is.
Yeah, it's because you had to play games that much, I guess, to learn it. It's hard to forget. There we go.
I remember, I hadn't played, it may have been Donkey Kong Country for the best part of 10 to 15 years. And
Oh, yes. What a game, though.
I played it, and I was running around, and I was hopping and jumping before I could see the baddie over the enemy.
Yeah.
and then bashed my way into a hidden area using a barrel or using the rhino, just remembering exactly where everything was, and it's like,
yeah,
how did I remember that was there?
Yeah.
I couldn't have drawn this level at all. Yeah, go on. I'll give it Obelix.
Yes. Yeah, you got to do the levels once at each character, and then you just get to pick the whole way through. Generally, Obelix is harder, just because he's fat. It's pretty difficult to manoeuvre him.
It's this big cumbersome fucking boom.
Yeah.
Didn't he do a
yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did the arse hit.
And if you get 50 bones throughout the level,
it's just
throughout the game rather, every 50 bones you get to do the dogmatic stages.
I can't remember where I'm actually going on this. So, I'm assuming that was death if I didn't get off the.
Yeah. There's actually a secret there as well.
Down that hole.
Yeah, if you walk into... I don't know if you can get it from this side, but it's worth a shot, isn't it?
What's the worst that can happen? I can die.
Jump against the wall. No, you can't get a grip into it. And you start out. Oh, hang on. You can get into... Oh, I'll do that quickly for you. There we go. Oh, wow. This D-pad's a bit twitchy. Actually, I think it's just the Mega Drive in general. Or Mega Drive controller. It's just those 2 bones. Wasn't really worth going in there. Shit, I fucked that up. You meant to duck and hop out, and I forgot halfway through, and then the sort of slid it out, but it's all good. It's all good. There's a few ways in this game of getting infinite lives as well. This bit's a pain in the ass. At least, I always found it a pain in the ass when I was a kid, but... Oh, if you go to the end blocks there and sort of bum your way through, you can get the life and get out.
Bum your way through?
Yeah, it's his bum attack.
That is what people have been doing tonight.
I'm assuming he's going to fucking drop.
Yeah, they drop. Yeah, you can just sort of walk down. I remember struggling with this level. Like, the first day I got it, we got stuck on this level. And... it's not really that hard. I don't know why I struggled so much. Oh no, there is one bit actually that was really tricky to pull off.
Boom.
Yeah, there's a bit... you got to kind of build a bridge using explosions to raise the water. It's actually pretty tricky, especially for an 8-year-old.
Did you figure it out straight away?
Yeah, we knew what we had to do. It was just really difficult to time it. Fucking skied that one. Oh, maybe it's just on the Obelix level then, because that's the end. Suits me to the ground. Oh, I don't believe I beat him. Hey! Raining dead bees! What's the one after this one? It's the... I think it's a scrolling screen one, which is fucking impossible as Asterix.
They were proper hard, the scrolling ones, when I was younger.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's so difficult with Obelix.
Take that to the face. And pow, right in the kisser.
What's that from?
Family Guy, innit?
Oh, is it? There we go.
So the graphics are quite simple on this, but they're pretty well done.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a good looking game. Like, nothing fancy, but practical. Ah, shit, I did that way too soon. Shit. Yeah, I can't make that. Because that won't detonate in time. Oh my god!
That was a pixel.
Yeah. I think if you jam it right, there's a life down at the bottom there, but no. Well, that was fucking jammy. But I'm okay with that, because jammy is still a victory. The last game I brought over is, personally, it's my favourite game of... I wasn't even looking at the fucking camera. Whatever. It's personally my favourite game of all time. No over-exaggeration. I absolutely adore this game. I don't think it's the best game ever made. But Gazz has just sat, I think, through 40 minutes of me just talking about how much I love this game. How important it was to me growing up. How much it changed my taste in games. It changed my perspective on life. It's a major game for me. If you imagine how Morrowind or Skyrim is these days, and try and fit that into a Master System game, this is pretty much what you get. In fact, I know the Elder Scrolls series was inspired by the Ultima series, so there's a lot of roots that you can see in here that really take form in those later games. But it's a hard game to convince people of, I think, just from a cursory glance, because it's not the prettiest game. It's very static. It's a long game, and a lot of retro gamers, there's a lot of games to play. You don't really want to spend time syncing a game that can take 20, oh well, Christ, sometimes it can take 50 odd hours to beat this game. There's a huge commitment for time and effort, and it's really hard to convince a retro gamer to give that a go. But if you're looking for, like, if you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls series and you want to see some of its roots, if you're just after a hardcore Master System game that you can really sink your teeth into, wholeheartedly recommend this. Excuse me. Hell of a game, really unique experience, but I won't go into it too much because, like I said, I already talked his ear off for like 40 minutes on it. So
I liked what I saw though. It was a very interesting game. It just it is one of those games you have to give it your time, your pure time, and I when I was younger, there was very few games I could give that kind of time to. The only top-down, RPG or real-time strategy kind of game I ever got into massively was Powermonger.
Oh yeah, I know that game. I never played it.
I had it on the Super Nintendo, and I don't have it no more on the Super Nintendo, but I do have a Mega Drive version, and that's a fantastically brutal game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can eat your enemies. It's sick. But
I have not played that.
I've not played many of those older games because back in the day, I looked at the games, I thought, oh, it's not pretty, and
yeah, you can't see the action.
Yeah, and for me that it was a turn off, which is sad. It is sad because I look back now and I turn around and say it's not all about the graphics. The Xbox One, PS4 doesn't mean anything to me. The graphics on them. I want to play great games that play well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, I've missed out on a bunch of good games, which it's going to be a struggle to go back to some games like Ultima, because given that kind of time as an adult is harder.
Yeah. Yeah, I think RPGs really suffer in that way for a lot of retro collectors, because they are big asks for time commitments and stuff like that. And most retro games, it's hard to put that level of time in.
It is.
So, no, I totally get that, especially with how many there are to play, and people tend to be a bit older who are into the retro games, so they've got other responsibilities.
Oh, yeah.
Kids of their own, jobs. So, yeah, it can be very difficult.
I do tend to like to pick up a game and play it for 10 to 15 minutes, and that's usually it for a day on playing games.
Yeah.
That's what retro is. It's unfortunately that way.
Yeah. No, I totally
get
that.
It did look like a really interesting game. I like the look of it.
Yeah, incredibly well made. So, man, don't even get me started.
I know, yeah. He's already waffled on about it.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what I'll play up to, but...
So, what'd you say? It's a bit like Morrowind or...
Yeah, if you sort of took Morrowind or Skyrim or whatever, and you just rolled it back as far as you could.
Yeah, basically...
This is kind of where it would land. It's an open world RPG. Do I have any slots left empty?
So it's not...
No, it's initialized dialogue. Also, the sound's really different. Is this running on NTSC?
I really don't know. You'd have to return to main menu.
I don't care enough. Whatever. There we go. And we're a lady.
Ooh, pretty ladies.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a story. The idea is that you're a human from Earth, and there's this portal that takes you to the world of Ultima, where you're a powerful warlord or whatever. You're a powerful hero, and sort of like a D&D-ish type thing. And this is like the character creation. Morrowind has something very fucking similar to this. I can't remember if Skyrim does. Oblivion may have done. You get a bunch of questions, and you're at a crossroads in your life. Do you choose the honourable life of a paladin striving for truth and courage, or choose the humble life of a shepherd and a world of simplicity and peace? And you're like, oh, okay, that sounds like me. And then... was it like a local bully's pushing for a fight? Do you valiantly trounce him, or decline, knowing that your spirit and knowing in your spirit that no lasting good will come of it? Obviously, you trounce the fucker or whatever. So the choices you make, they're not right or wrong. It's what you would do or what you believe you would do in that situation. And as you answer the questions, it builds a class for you, or well, it sort of builds a profile and that sets you as a class. But each card represents a class. I know all the classes. I'm going to go for a paladin. And I know paladin's honor. So I'm just going to beeline to honour. Not read the rest of the questions, but you get the idea. And you have gold in the top corner. F is top middle. The F is food. So the longer you walk around, your food starts to slowly go down. So you can eventually starve to death.
Cool.
And then you got those little circles in the top left corner.
Yeah.
That's slowly changing.
Is that day and night, is it?
Kind of, yeah. You don't sort of see day and night in this. It doesn't have any direct effect on like the monsters that spawn or anything like that. Because that would have been cool. That would be like the next step. Oh, I just realised it's combat. I'm just breezing over it. It's kind of got... If you've played like Fire Emblem or anything like that, it's sort of this top-down strategy game where the more party members you have, the more enemies you fight. You sort of coordinate people, move things around, attack in different ways and stuff like that. And they're both running away. I'm not going to get any kills here. I win. I put you to sleep. Oh, fucker. There we go. Fucking one-shot him. But yeah, as the circles change, they're the moons. And the moons have a very direct result on something in the world called moon gates. Moon gates open and close at certain times of the day, and you can use them to teleport around the world. And honestly, once you know the moon cycles, you can just teleport around the world. You don't have to worry about where you're going. You can read the moons, you know where each one is. The first moon tells you where the moon gate is, and the second one tells you where it's going. Each moon has 8 phases. There's 8 major towns, so it leads you from one major town to the other major town. And when you know the pattern, you can just go, oh, moon gate's appearing here, I want to get there, go. It is fucking insane. Like, the depth in this game is surprising, considering it's it's this. It's a top-down old 8-bit game that predates the bloody Mega Drive. You've got all these little icons, which are different towns and stuff. You go in here, everyone's got something different to say. So they talk to this guy, you can ask him for his name, he's got his own name.
Does he slug?
No, he's a beggar. That's him sort of on his knees and his hands reached out. The graphics are a little weird. And you talk to people, and because I offered to help him, he says, in return, I shall tell thee that Pepper knows of the rune. And you find out when you talk to the king of the world. Runes are needed to access shrines. The shrines are needed so you can gain spiritual enlightenment, which then makes you an avatar, which then means you can get like the kick-ass weapons in the game, which means you can take on the hardest dungeon, which means you can slay the ultimate evil. And it's just... you've got to find all this shit out. At no point in this game does it give you a guidebook.
Wow, so you have to actually learn it all
Yeah,
yourself.
you go around, you talk to people. All the people have got different things to tell you. So Pepper tells me, he tells me that Pepper knows of the rune. I happen to know where Pepper is. Pepper's up here. But you go around, you're like, who the fuck's Pepper? You're talking to everyone, like, where's Pepper? Come here. Pepper? Normally that wouldn't be there. If I tried to talk to her before talking to the beggar, that option wouldn't appear. But because I've been told, I can speak to her, and she tells me that it lies at the end of a hall somewhere in this town. So you're like, okay, what kind of halls are there in this town? But she says, in a hall in this town, so you look around for a hallway. Again, I know where it is. Eventually, you lead you up here, you search, and you find it. But it's also one of those games that you can just luck out. I don't need to ask her to tell me where it is. If I know where it is, I can just go straight to it and get it. But it's so big that you've got very little chance of actually knowing.
The event of it being there is still there. But
yeah.
Obviously, you have to learn where it is, unless you're the ultimate lucky bastard.
Yeah. There's even like secret passages.
Is he dead?
One of them might be. Yeah, he's dead. Or dying. Yeah, but he's an injured person. You can talk to him and these have usually got some pretty interesting stuff. Terrible secret.
Well, they got shoes they might not be wearing anymore.
Yeah. An artifact remains, I heard, of Buccaneers Den. Oh, that's right, yeah, and then you go to... yeah, sure thing. You say you'll destroy it, so you go to the pub there, and you offer to buy a drink, and he asks you how much you want to pay for it. You pay over the odds, and he's like, alright mate, what do you want to know? And then anything you've heard about, you can ask him about it, and if he knows about it, it's like, you got to pay a bit of gold to remember that, can't quite remember, so you pay him a bit of gold. And he's like, oh, yeah, the skull. There's a guy in Vesper, he knows about that. So you go to Vesper, you chat to a guy there, and he's like, oh, God, no, not the skull. I threw it away, I discarded it in the sea, and he tells you where it is, and you go to the sea, and you find it. It's such... Like, this game changed my life. Like, it doesn't look like much, but just this whole world that I could get into, interact with, learn, explore, and discover, fucking mind-blowing for me. I played this game, no lie, for years. I got this when I was in high school when I got this. I was 12, and I didn't beat it until I was 25. That was very on and off, but me and my brother just sat here for days.
Does it have a save system on it?
Yeah, it's battery backup.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, I can also get people into my party here as well. There's another thing, you can recruit people into your party. You usually hear about it either from them directly, or someone says, this guy's a nice guy and he'll help you. Why is that direction not working? There we go. But I know he joined you. So you say, join please, and he goes, yeah, got him. So now I've got 2 people in my party. And another thing... Yeah. Based on Welsh name.
That's Iolo, isn't it? That's I-O-L-O.
Yeah. And what you can do as well, you can be an asshole. You can just walk around fucking kicking the shit out of people.
Cool. Go put salt on the slug.
Fucking hit the fucker. Beggar's kicking my ass. But doing that, the guards are just like, that's not fucking on, mate. So the guards come after me. Although you can just cheese it from the guards. The guards are nowhere near threatening enough. But the sort of final objective of the game. I'm not going to fight these. They'll kick my ass. Like, there's a few things that I wish were in this game, but I totally get those limitations. Like, as soon as I exit the town and I come back in, everyone's my fucking pal again.
Yeah.
And it would have been really cool to have that persistence. So you're committed for murdering a town, you go somewhere and it's like, it's you! And they come after you. That would be fucking awesome, but I get those limitations.
You're no longer welcome there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the people you kill, they don't stay dead. But again, I guess that makes sense. But again, it would have been awesome to have that limitation, so you could potentially fuck yourself up from being able to complete the game because you killed someone important. And you'd have to find out the hard way. You have to look for everything the hard way and investigate it and do all that kind of stuff. But I get, again, quality of life thing. You don't want to do that.
quality of life thing.
Oh yeah. Like, if you could go around, kill everyone and fuck up the game, you got to restart, and that could be stressful. But I'm not even going to bother fighting at the moment. You get the idea. Sort of tactics-based combat. Pew! You shoot things and they die. Great. I'll kill him. Just a scary bomb. Yeah, I know, fuck him.
See, it's probably a game that's harder to get into these days than it was back in the day.
Yeah, I think that's one of the tragic things about this game. It is hard to get into now. And it's a shame because
it was probably hard to get into back in the day as well.
It was, but yeah, I think having that sort of luxury of time and the fact that there wasn't sort of bigger and better games out at that point in time meant you could sit here and take the time to get into it. It's no different in that way to Morrowind or Skyrim. People do take the time to get into those. This game's exactly the same in that way, but are people going to want to give it a chance these days? But
let's see if that clock's changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, you can do all kinds of crap as well. And you can camp out in the middle of nowhere. So like, if you're low on health and whatever, you need to restore health.
Camp out for the night.
Yeah, you camp for the night. You could get ambushed though, so there's always that risk. Hopefully, I won't be because I can't kill much. Yeah, I'm fine that time. Even dumb shit like, why is left not working very well on this? Oh, right, rather. Right's not working very well. Come on. Have we knackered this up?
Probably.
But even sometimes when you're crossing a bridge, is it going to happen? There we go, that's a moon gate. And then teleports me to another town. And if you know how to read the moons and stuff, you can, like I said, you can tell where you're going to end up. Really cool. Different town.
Seems to be a hell of a lot to the game.
It's vast. It's amazing. I absolutely adore it. And there's also the magic system in this game. It's a bit frustrating actually, but it's also kind of cool in how it was designed. You've got to mix it. You've got to use alchemy. So you've got to get all the ingredients and stuff to mix together to make these magic spells. The only thing I wish they did do is you can't go and gather all of them. Most of them you've got to buy from shops. But even that's got quite a cool mechanic to it as well. All the magic shopkeepers are blind.
They're all blind.
So they don't know how much money you're giving them. So you say, I want 99 of blood moss or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's 890 something odd gold, and you can just go 1 gold piece, and like, oh, thank you. So you can just rob them blinder. But the core mechanic of the game, the whole central thing is you've got to become an avatar. This game was designed because the guy who made it, Richard Garriott, he made a Caliber Ultima 2, Ultima 3. I actually think there's a Caliber Ultima 1, whatever. He made the Ultimate games leading up to this one. And all of them were typical role-play affairs. You go into a dungeon, you slay everything, you're the king of the world. And he read a report, or an article about someone saying that video games always teach that violence is the solution. And he's like, that's a fucking fair point, actually. You're always out to kill things in video games. So he tried to design a game where the object wasn't to kill everything. The object was to become an avatar, which is like... it's like the knightly virtues, if you ever heard of them. It's what you apparently need to become a knight, which isn't true. What you need is a lot of money and possibly child sex offenders, if you're talking about Rolf House and Jimmy Savile. But whatever, that's a different topic.
Different kind of knighthood.
Yeah, different kind of knighthood. But it's also, the ones that he's got here are based on the virtues for Nirvana. So it's got a bit of a Buddhist element in it. So what you got to do is you got to be compassionate to people. So like I talked to the beggar and I gave him some money. That gives me compassion points. to pay. If I pay the shopkeeper what she's asking, it's honest and just. So I raise my points in honesty and justice. If I fight bad guys, it's there's a lot of valor and honour. So all these different things that you do build up this very, very robust morality system. It's something I wish they could have played with a bit more, but again, limitations. Totally get they couldn't. But most morality games are good option and bad option. So it could be like, Granny offers you some biscuits. Politely accept the biscuits. Good option. Say no and kill her with the biscuits. Bad option. Where's the middle ground?
Kill her with the biscuits.
Absolutely. Something like this means you can do things. And Mass Effect. Have you played Mass Effect, or do you care for spoilers?
I've not played it, but you can say what you want.
I've not played it. I've heard about this and I want to do it. So spoilers. There's a bit in Mass Effect where I think it's right at the end. You have to choose whether or not you wipe out the Geth. The Geth are like these robot people, or you can. That's my stomach. Yeah. Or you can save them. But you brainwash them to forget to hate you and not kill you, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to kill you. So it's either wipe away their free will and say, you're not allowed to kill me because I've controlled your brain and I've programmed it to not want to kill me. Or you can genocide. You can just kill all of them. And some people find that a lot more difficult because they think death is worth dying to keep your free will. And I can understand that. So genocide may seem like a bit too extreme, but is it worth that if your only option is to mind control people and to remove their free will? Some people would die for that, right?
Well, that's the thing. People die for their honour, for freedoms.
Yeah.
They'd rather die free than live without the freedoms.
Yeah. So the right answer isn't that black and white. So, but in Mass Effect, if you spare them, you get Paragon points. If you commit genocide, you get Renegade points. It's telling you that's the good option, that's the bad option. So it's not a very good morality system. In a game like this, they can say, well, what you did, say you spared them, what you did was very compassionate, but it wasn't honourable. Whereas if you committed genocide, it was honourable and it was valiant, but it was not compassionate. So it can play with morality in a much more complex way.
There's very little compassion in genocide.
Yes. So a morality system like what this game's got, fleshed out a bit more, could be something that modern games are just missing. And this was doing it back in 1985. So
Is that how old this game
That's
is?
how old this game is. This is the Master System version. I think this was 88. But yeah, like, this was still in the infancy of video games, especially to this level. And he was delving into shit like that. And all the people that you talk to in this as well, they've all got different things to say. And my introduction to philosophy was from this game. Like, people talking, have quotes and say certain things, and some people, there's a guy named Shakespeare in here, and they sort of recite things like proverbs and bits of philosophy and stuff like that. So it's quite interesting, but this was my introduction to philosophy as well. It's just such a bizarre game. But also saying, yeah, you got to become like the ultimate good guy, basically. You become an avatar. And then you tackle the Great Abyss. Look into the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom. There's some damn cool names in there. But there's no final boss. You don't kill a big enemy at the end of it. It's about self-improvement.
Yeah,
it's about self-enlightenment.
It's about learning yourself.
Yeah, and it's about becoming this avatar and quenching the world of evil by knowledge, empowerment, and setting an example for others. Which games don't really do that these days. It was a really interesting take, and
games these days really don't. The closest you will get is the RPGs, and
yeah,
for the most part, they're just a story-based.
Yeah, there's so much to this game.
You know, it's still most of those games are still quite linear, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so well made. I absolutely adore this game. And wasn't even told about the rune. There we go. I know where it is, so I can just go and grab it. But Rune of Justice, go me. But yeah, oh man, there's so much I can still talk about though. Like, there's so much to this game. It's so damn good.
It sounds really deep.
Yeah. And I remember my brother picking this game up He was only going to pick one game. He could only afford one game. He picked up this and Ken Saden for the Master System. And looking at the back of the box, this looked like this, which was not good. And Ken Saden was like samurai stabbing ghosts.
Yeah, and
I remember saying to my brother, "Get Ken Saden, get Ken Saden." He didn't. He got this. I'm so glad he did, because if I hadn't played this, my taste in games would be completely different.
Even the way you think now as an adult might be different. I don't just mean
No,
video games,
absolutely
I mean,
is. I mean,
the way you are morally, or the way you think about, and then that's in front of you. Like at what's the best way to describe what I'm trying to say? The way you take on a challenge, or the way you work out something.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it really
My brain
did.
just farted and it's just completely failed at thinking about what I was trying to say.
There's quite a few quotes from this game that I still quote to this day. Like, this game really did shape me. It's a really important game for me. It taught me about how diverse morality was, for one. Because when you go, this is the town of justice, the court's in there, and a lot of the people you talk about the philosophy of justice and saying what is justice and how it works and all that kind of stuff. And it gives you a really different perspective on everything. And as a 12-year-old, I was reading this, I was taking this in. But one of my favourite quotes from anything, and it came from, I heard of it from this game, and it was, I can't remember the actual philosopher who said it. What was it? So, I do not fear tomorrow, for I do not fear tomorrow, for I've seen yesterday and I live today. Basically, I don't fear tomorrow because everything that's come at me so far, I fucking handled it and I'm still here. And that's such a good quote. I absolutely fucking adore it.
What you said before about the fellow who made the game.
Yeah.
He was tasked, or he tasked himself with making a game in which the idea was not to just kill everything and rule the world. It was to enlighten yourself and, learn something about honour and value and all that. Well,
yeah.
In making this game in that way, he's actually taught you that.
Mm. And I learned about pride as well, because pride's a sin. And this teaches you about humility. And people like, you should be proud of that when you're growing up. So I was associated pride as a good thing. And this game's like, pride is actually quite fucking carnal. Like, too much pride is a damn ugly thing. And again, I learnt it from this game. And it's fucking crazy.
So, even if you're the only person in this world that this game's ever done that to, he's actually...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. Like, this game, I can't say enough. This game completely changed my life. So, it's hard for me to recommend it to everyone, but fuck me, it's a good game.
See, it's the kind of game I'd like to say I'd like to play, but it's also one of those games in which it's going to take so much effort.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, the amount of sort of pen and notes that me and my brother had fucking kicking around everywhere was insane.
The graphics look completely different on the screen there.
Yeah.
And on my laptop as well, by the way.
Yeah, I've noticed that with quite a few of the things. Everything seems a lot more saturated on the screen.
It might be just because it's a large, flat screen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair, yeah. But yeah, you can save and you've got battery backup, so that's really cool. This has been wiped, and it does happen sometimes. I can't even remember if I wiped it or not, but...
You probably wiped it with the idea of let's start again. And
yeah.
Cause I've done that to so many games in the past. Pokemon games, definitely one.
Oh god, yeah. But even the game itself, like the packaging it came in, it had a little... it came with a world map, which is the first game I saw with once. That was fucking cool. It's actually got its own alphabet, but you don't see it much in this game. And it had a little history book that came with it. It told you about the history of the world. It told you about all the monsters.
Okay.
Yeah. It told you about all the monsters. It had like a bestiary. It had illustrations. It was such an awesome game.
Is this an expensive game or?
Middle. Like, it's expensive for a Master System game, but I think you can get it for like 25 quid, 30 quid, something like that. And I think that's complete as well. So it is worth.
Because Master System games don't usually fetch stupid money.
No, this is on the dearer side from Master System games. It's quite rare.
Because probably is it Golden Axe Legends is probably the most expensive one I know of.
Yeah, that is quite dear. Mean Bee Machine is worth more.
Yeah, I spotted that recently for like 45 cartridge only. I
do want to get that. Yeah, Golden Axe Warrior unboxed was 25. I was like, I fucking want that, and I didn't get it. So
I saw it about 25 or 30 about 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I was considering picking it up and I never did.
Yeah, I wish I got it, but... Oh yeah, there's also ships that fucking show up as well. So you can then hop on a ship and fucking sail the world. It's awesome. I could talk about this game all fucking day.
You're gonna go
So
play it,
damn
aren't
good.
you?
Huh?
You're going home and going to play it, aren't
Yeah. I may have to do a let's play on this or something. I love this game
Should do.
so much. But I probably will do a proper review on this, though.
you? Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
But
But I will leave it there, because otherwise, it's not a game where you could do a quick, short target. It's not very stimulating to play.
Well, do you know
Especially after just been sat here gassing.
I picked those Lego games up today. I was
Oh, yeah.
thinking to myself at some point I might do myself a video on the Lego Wii U games.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout.
Because I've got 4 downstairs that I picked up today. There's Lego Undercover, or City Undercover, Lego Movie the Video Game, and I've got... What's that? That's Lego Marvel Legends, is it? Marvel Superheroes. And then there's Lego Batman 3, as well as the 4 I've got downstairs.
Yeah.
And there's about another 3 or 4, I think, as well for the console. So I might do a video about it all.
And he's the king of the game. He's actually based on the guy who made the game. He put himself into it. Because he's a bit... I wouldn't say egotistical, but he likes his alter ego, Lord British. Yeah, so actually.
At one point, it was my brother who owned the Mass System and the Mega Drive. He had the 32X and he had the Mega CD as well.
I never played a 32X back in the day.
Do you know what?
We had one in the shop. And I did get a go on it.
It wasn't worth the effort.
No, it really wasn't.
it really wasn't. It was a bit shit. The thing that was best on the 32X is Doom, and the Doom is better on the Jaguar than it was on the 32X.
The Jaguar was such a weird console for me.
I've got a strange love for the Jaguar.
Yeah. That was cool. Glad it went to a good home, really. So I'm gonna have to play that at some point. I've got to see what I'm missing out on. I can't. That's fine.
Well, we should. I've actually always said I wanted to do a Atari Jaguar video.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to do videos like that, I'd probably rather do it. You and I sit here and talk about, because we could talk about each game.
Yeah.
Any memories that we may actually have of a game, or
Very limited for me.
or
but
opinions.
Yeah. No, I'm totally up for that.
Because it's always good to have a second person to have an opinion rather than me just sitting on this and this.
Yeah. Oh, I get that.
But it's like the children of the forest that you kill now or something.
Oh, no, these are orcs.
So we'll have to use our imagination a bit here.
Yeah. I mean, graphics like this, there's certain liberties that must be taken.
I thought they were Norwich City fans with those shirts on.
No, these are pretty, the Norwich City fans.
I like it where was that your other guy go with there?
Yeah, the blue guy was my guy.
Does he just chase you down for the fight?
Oh, that orc, yeah, they do. If an enemy sees you, they fucking go for you.
Yeah, but he chased you all that way and then died.
Yeah, a bit of a waste of time for him, but whatever. No, I just realised I hadn't been getting too much gameplay for you to loop the thing around if you needed to, so I thought I'll quickly do a few things and give you a bit more stuff to use. I was fired, but I can't be asked with the safe way of getting it. You got more than enough energy to run in and grab a rune and get the fuck out. I like that the rune of sacrifice is in fire, so you kind of got to... Well, you can actually just dispel it, but you kind of got to walk into the fire to sacrifice yourself to get the rune. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Do you want to leave this game where it is then? Because we've talked a lot. 34 minutes on just this. Oh, bloody hell. Was there anything else to talk about, or are we just closing it off?
That's about it. We played all these on a Retron 5. It's Andrew's first time playing on a Retron 5. And I love the Retron 5. A lot of people have some weird issue with it, but I think it does its job and it does it really well.
Yeah, I could see me becoming a convert. Just the ease, you got all those systems, you can use whatever controller you want.
Oh yeah.
And it's HDMI out the box.
I'm
so easy.
I'm convinced that Master System doesn't work on it though when it comes to controllers.
Yeah, it's quite possible because there's no start button on it, and you need access to the start button to access the menu.
Yeah, but
So maybe there's not enough inputs. Maybe it refuses to acknowledge it.
maybe that's true. I haven't thought of it that way.
I just wish you could select the key bindings. I'd love to play this like games properly on an S pad because those are fantastic. But it switches the buttons over, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
And that's what you found out. It makes these games impossible. I don't know what it is. There's only 2 buttons. How hard can it be to get right? Apparently impossible. It's insane.
It's just how it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah well. This is our first episode of playing games together.
Yeah, that was good fun.
I've really enjoyed it. I think we should do it more often.
Yeah, I agree. Different consoles and different games.
Different console, different games, different ideas.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Maybe next time we can do a Atari Jaguar video.
Hey, I'm up for that.
Yeah, hey.
It'd be good to see someone playing the game who actually loves the console.
I adore the console. I understand it's a piece of shit, but I still love it.
Well, you couldn't even use it as a doorstop. That's too small and too light. So
it could potentially wedge the door. But anyway, I'm Gazz Cavalera. Thanks for watching. And this is Andrew, who's Fangle Spangle.
Indeed. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Catch you again. We'll try and do this once a month or so.
Yeah, I'm up for that. That sounds awesome. Hell yes.
It's a chance to have a laugh and sit down and play some fucking games.
No, that'd be a good time.
I don't find enough time to play games.
We have to make a time now.
Yeah, we have to make the time.
No, I'm cool with that.
I'm usually in bed 5 hours ago.
Oh yeah, it's quite late. So now.
It's 3:15.
Fuck my life.
the clocks did go back tonight. So forward,
oh right, yeah, that has
they did go forward. Yeah, it's fucking spring.
What time she got me up? 4, is it?
I think it was 6 actually.
Oh, so thank God.
I think she said she only had 4 hours to go to bed.
Oh right, yeah.
Ah well.
Insane. Well, yeah, thank you for watching.
I have no idea how those things usually go.